Hey everyone, this is Meg with another unplanned video. I just realised the other day, thanks to some friends on Facebook, that you get the Resident Evil 6 demo with Dragon's Dogma, as you can see here. I didn't play it on the day, but I'm playing it now, and what I'm going to do is, seeing as it's split into several characters and several levels, I'm going to play it, and then talk about it, and then play the next bit, and then talk about it. So that's my plan. Okay, so I've just played as Leon, and that's where I'm going to start. They kept a few Resident Evil 4 thingamies in there, like there's the glyph that you have to shoot. I like that. I also really liked how in this particular area they built suspense. I'll tell you a little bit about the setting. You're obviously in an area that is home to the presidential dinner or something of that nature. This house is pitch black, it's thundering and storming outside, there's nobody in it, it's really, really ghostly, and I've got to admit, I love the set piece. You have to explore this very dark place with lots of noises sounding and, you know, shadows and things like that. You come across this guy who's looking for his daughter, and basically this demo is trying to help him find his daughter. Now, anyone who's seen any zombie movie or played any zombie game can pretty much see this coming a mile off, is that they're both coughing, they look like crap, you know they're gonna turn. And when they do, even though you know it's coming, it still doesn't make it any less freaky. I feel like it's taken that typical Capcom, not ridiculousness, just extravagance, and sort of put it into a more intimate setting. And then straight after that you go down to the underground parking lot and you're attacked by dozens of zombies. I ran out of ammo immediately. One was walking at me and I shot half of his skull off, and when he sort of fell to his knees and fell towards me, I mistook it for walking, so I popped him full of lead continually, even though I hit him in the head. All in all, the Leon part of the demo, I absolutely love. I love it. My final words on this bit will be that in this section, it feels a little bit like it's moved away from the action genre a little bit and more into its roots, in the sense that it's a horror zombie piece. It's got action in it, but it's not so mainstream as perhaps the Resident Evil series was becoming. Those are my initial thoughts. But now, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to go play as Chris Redfield, and then I'm going to come back and I'll talk about that. Bye! Okay, so I just played as Chris Redfield. Two things that it reminded me to say in the first bit, which I didn't, which is the graphics in this are absolutely incredible. The facial animation during the cutscenes are so great that they've looked at some of the smallest minute details concerning how your face moves when you talk, or I love it. And I also want to add that never before has a roll neck looked so good. I'm talking about Chris Redfield. He's a hell of a lot more likeable in this, even though he's obviously a little bit of an alky and just tormented from all of the past experiences that he's been through. I definitely prefer him though, and the comment I made about the dude he's with, Piers, I called him Chris Redfield Jr. He's not really. They're quite different characters, and I enjoy them both equally as much. But yeah, I do prefer Chris Redfield in this, and they have toned him down a little bit as far as the buffness goes, which I think works in his favour. On to the actual gameplay. I died! I don't know if this is supposed to happen in the demo, I'm pretty sure it isn't. But I fought through this whole section and got to a rooftop in which there's just loads of enemies just swarming at you, and I couldn't figure out how to use my health plant, because obviously it's not the real full game, it doesn't have a manual, it just kind of shows you the controls very quickly at the beginning. So yeah, I completely failed. But there are hundreds of them coming at you, and these ones, you shoot their heads off, and instead of those viney things coming out and sort of snapping at you like the Little Shop of Horrors, they start flying, and there's just a huge range of enemies. They were just kept coming, and I love it. I love that the demo even had me going, ah, I can't figure, ah, help me, I'm gonna die. So yeah, all in all, in comparison, Leon's level was very atmospheric and cinematic. This is cinematic but very action oriented, so I'm getting the feeling that perhaps each of these chapters or each of these characters bring a different element to the gameplay. That's my guess. So that's what I'm thinking about the second one. Just pulse pounding, grrr, let's shoot some stuff and die action. Now I'm going to go and play the last one, which I've forgotten his name. It's Wesker's son, Jake. That's what I'm going to go do now. I will be back, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, I just finished the Jake section, which is pretty much action-oriented, like Chris Redfield's. You're up against this giganimous boss, which is a bit of a kind of Nemesis rip-off. Not really rip-off, you can't really rip off your own franchise. It was just as challenging as the Chris Redfield section was. I think that Jake really brings a lot more comedy to the table, a lot of comedic banter going on. I mean, really, across the board, the gameplay itself isn't too, sorry, this is quite loud, different per se than the other games. I think it's a little tighter than the others, a bit more seamless, I would say, even compared to 5. But I'm very much enjoying the story elements that are being brought to the table. There was less of it in Jake's section, but there was still a lot of really good writing going on, really good voice acting, and again, it doesn't feel quite so crude compared to previous Resident Evil titles, not so stereotypical and a bit corny. This stuff is actually really incredibly good, I think. And yeah, so I guess I'll tie it up by just saying that my first impressions of this after playing through each section is that, yeah, each sort of character brings something different to the table, whether it's story-wise or gameplay-wise. Out of the 3, I'm personally preferring Leon's, although there's a hell of a lot more action and challenge with Jake and Chris. I don't know if the game will mix these elements up. But overall, I'm really liking it. A lot, actually. After playing this, I really can't wait for the actual game to come out. Before the demo, I wasn't too interested. The trailers didn't really hit me with awesomeness. They were cool, elements of them were cool, but it didn't get me overly excited. Maybe because 5 was a bit of a disappointment, barring the final boss battle. This, on the other hand, has got me excited. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Please feel free to leave your comments and your own thoughts on the demo if you've played it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! Okay, so it's a little bit after the fact, and I remembered a few things that initially completely flew out of my mind as soon as I spoke to this little thing after I played it. So I'm just going to talk about a few extras that I forgot to mention before that have suddenly cropped up in my mind. One of which being, I love the new, I guess, sort of combat system. I'll explain a little bit. To draw a gun, you press the left trigger. To fire it, you press the right trigger, which is pretty usual. Now, if you are firing your gun and then let go of the brandishing trigger, you will completely switch to melee attack. So 1 minute you'll be firing a gun and then immediately you'll put it away and start punching people. And I like that very fluid movement between the two. The pop-up menu when you actually play the game initially completely confused me. It cropped up and I saw these weird symbols and went, hang on a minute, where's all the words that say main menu? And they were on there, but just in really small type. But it just looked very unusual, and the main menu changes for each character ever so slightly in design. It confused me for about 2 seconds, and then I got used to it. It's a little bit different, but again, you get used to it. As a gamer, you should do. I mean, rules change for different games, so you shouldn't really have too much trouble. I also overall want to say that I love the narrative of this game. Just from the demo, just from what I've seen, I really like that it's matured a little bit. It's still dramatic, but it's grown up and I think it's almost a necessary step. Traits from previous Resident Evil games are still present in this, like using plants to heal yourself, which I've never really understood. Breaking boxes open, etc, etc. You will pick up skill points though, according to this demo. They're these little... they look like Monopoly pieces to me. And I gather they give you skill points. I don't know if this is going to allow you to level up, or if they're just going to go towards bettering you in general. I'm not really sure what that does. Maybe it unlocks extra things, because there is a multiplayer element. I haven't played that. I don't really plan to, and the reason I don't plan to is because I don't want to play Resident Evil for multiplayer. Each section in this demo is also split between two characters within it. So Leon's section is Leon and Helena. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, it sounds like Helena, doesn't it? It was immediately what cropped to mind. In Chris Redfield's section you can play him or Piers. In Jake's section you can play him or Sherry. So you have a choice as well, I guess, within levels who you want to play if you want to be gender specific. Me personally, this is the only game that really doesn't bother me on that front, so I'll quite happily play Leon and Chris and Jake. Still, it's nice to have the option, a bit like Resi 5, where you could play Sheva or Chris. And that's pretty much all I can think of right now. The gameplay to me flowed incredibly well. The narrative and the story has matured, which I like. It's not too serious though, don't worry, Capcom hasn't, I don't know, put on a serious face. This excites me. The trailers didn't so much. So yeah, those are the thoughts that came to mind about half an hour after I spoke to you the first time around. Thanks again, and yeah, I guess I will see you all around. Oh god, it's the attack of the machines.
No shit. Whoa.
Looks like the Juggernaut.
Yeah. Jeez.
We're gonna die.
Kill it. Shoot that big thing. Dude. Shoot the explosive thing.
Bottom left. Bottom left!
Bottom left. Oh, you idiot. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I was just waiting for him to say, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Nemesis.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just needs an alarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great, is this level going to bring running to the table?
Yeah. A lot of running.
I wish I could run faster. These characters don't run fast enough.
Son of a bitch, he's strong!
Dude, stop looking behind you. Just run.
Didn't vault over the frigging thing quick enough. Did you see that woman? She was running right into me.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude. If that quits it, I'm going to be really piffed.
It will
Piffed.
be. You're supposed to be good enough that you actually don't die.
Shut up.
Play further.
You should have played it not knowing how to heal yourself. I did mention that they only show you your controls.
Not going to split
In
second.
a split second.
But it is just a demo.
No, I know, but still, they've got to give you a bit more than that to go on.
And obviously, when you run, you have to push down and run.
He's gaining.
You're running nice team. So don't bloody stop.
Here goes nothing!
Jump! Whoa. Whoa! Give him ammo? Anything?
Probably. Yeah. Dude, I can shoot someone in the head pretty easily.
Yeah, you got like...
I've got mad
You got
shooting
mad
skills.
shooting skills.
Seriously?
And that's a rap phrase.
I got mad love for you. That's a rap phrase.
That's a rap phrase.
Now all you have to do is,
Mad shooting skills.
if you shoot someone, just go, booyah! Go, 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 go. Damn!